Welcome to the series CyberSec, A Way of Life, brought to you by LnDToday and powered by ARCON Tech Solutions. Our leader today is an experienced CISO with a demonstrated history of working in the information technology domain, specifically in the cybersecurity domain. He has devoted his career to ensuring organizational information security and resilience through collaborative leadership, high-impact strategies, and leading-edge technologies. He comes with extensive experience in successfully devising and implementing transformational enterprise security strategies to building enterprise-level processes and building top-tier teams. Please welcome Naseem Halder, CISO at ACKO. Hi Naseem, how are you today?
Hi Roshan, I'm good. Thank you for having me here.
Excellent. We're glad to have you here as well. We now come to talk about cybersecurity, right? The industry that it is. Of course, now the pandemic, the governments have lifted a lot of restrictions that they had. How do you think cybersecurity has changed from what it was before COVID and now? Where are we?
I would say it's give a booster. I would say COVID has a lot of negative impact, but in the same time, especially the technology side, COVID play booster role. See, before COVID, people are not very much open to cloud technologies or new age technologies or cyber securities. Consider the complete technology stack. People have a mindset that okay, hey, if you have to work, you have to come to office, and from office you have to do. There are a lot of myth about cloud that your data privacy will be not there, your data security will be not that much good. People can go, people can access. It's not true. That myth actually gone in this cloud era. I would say in this COVID era.
Right.
And before COVID, people are always thinking to safeguard their data center, thinking to safeguard their office premises. Now there is no perimeter, right? After this COVID happened, people can work. I can see, in my company, people are working from different countries in the world, right? I have to open my, server to access them. I have to open my application to, so that they can access from different places. Now the question comes that how exactly you are securing your data, right? So there are new age technologies is there, new age framework like JTA and all these things will help you to safeguard. But I personally believe, COVID brings a lot of bad things, but in the same time, it boosts the technology stack like in a different way.
Right.
And
absolutely.
Now I think, the adoption is also has been changed actually.
True. And it has leapfrogged. The importance of cybersecurity is now very clear amongst all stakeholders in all organizations.
Yes,
so,
yes.
You're very much right there. Talking about the insurance industry, how did that impact? How did COVID impact the insurance industry from a cybersecurity perspective?
Okay. There is two things. One is that cybersecurity for the entire, I would say, entire industry.
Right.
So when the lockdown happened, everybody wants to run their business, right? There are few, I would say there are few people or there are few companies who have seen, complete closure of their business, right? They can't they can't operate at all.
True.
So I would say that for ACKO, if I talk about specific ACKO, I would say that complete credit goes to the top management of ACKO. They, before pandemic, ACKO take the stand that hey, we'll born in cloud, we'll do everything on cloud, we'll provide this kind of I would say benefit to our employee. They can take work from home, they can do all these things from work from home. So this culture, this framework actually built us in such a way that COVID impact on ACKO's or ACKO's business operation actually very less. I would say I can recall on some days in Feb when we are plan that 100% work from home will be start. I think we done a meeting and within 15 minutes we are good to go to initiate the work from home for all the people except one department, that is our call center. So call center have a different kind of setup. We struggle a little bit over there. I would say not only everybody in the industry, they struggle over there because call center have that desktop kind of setup, all these things were there. But I think within a week we are sorted over there as well. Wow. So that's the I would say cybersecurity impact for the entire insurance organization, or especially for the cloud-based companies. And wherever we have insurance company who have their own data center, they have to plan in a different way, because they need a couple of people to stay there. They have planned different way their businesses.
Interesting. Now, how are technologies like AI, ML, VR, and the likes of it are impacting the cybersecurity industry now? Do you think they are a boon or are they an issue altogether?
No, they are definitely a boon. I think they are blessings to cybersecurity domain. Let's say, if I want to see what exactly going on, right? There are thousands of people are accessing thousands of applications, right? How exactly I will get that, the anonymity, or I would say what is wrong going on? What are the parameters? What are the alerting system are going on? Without analytics, without AI ML, it's not possible for a human being to understand those risks. Today we are going into the granular level. Let's say, if I understand that your mobile, let's say, I'm just giving example that your mobile location, or you are using ACKOs or any your official email ID from a location, let's say Delhi.
Right.
And I'm seeing that same time your laptop location, which is application, which is accessing one of the application, and that location might be Mumbai. Right. Now, if this time gap is less than 5 minutes, 10 minutes, it's not possible, right? And for a human being, calculate all these things at the same time, it's quite impossible.
True.
Right? True. So to understand those analytics, to understand those alert and generate a true positive alert to that SOC team or system or infra security team to take care of those things. Like either there is two ways. Either you have lost your mobile phone. Another way is that you have not reported the same thing. The another way is that you lost your credential of the application. Somebody else is using those things. So those things, you need AI/ML to solve it. And AI/ML is also going to solve you a lot of logging issues, log problems. So logs are whatever we are doing, right? Everything you can log, but if you're not analyzing those logs, if you're not having the insight about those logs, it's actually useless. So
you need to effectively use it.
True. Yes.
True. So now with the whole world, we're online, literally, right? What kind of threats are the most damaging ones, and how do organizations deal with those threats?
Well, it's depend. I would say it's depend on company to company or org to org. Every organization has certain layer of business, and to be very honest, business is nothing but a risk management. Like today, you put your 100 rupees. You want to make this 100 rupees might be 1 crore. You can play some gamble, and in that case, your risk appetite is very high, right? You can put 100 rupees. You can want to have 102, 103, 105. Might be you are putting this thing to some fixed deposit or those things. You are basically trusting a well-tested, tried framework, right? So business is nothing but a risk management, right? How exactly you are going to operate your business. So every insurance company or every company has their own way to do business. Let's say ACKO take a call that, hey, I am not going to sell anything over offline.
Right.
I'm sure I'm going to lose some of the customer. Right. But in the same time, I'm going to target some of the customer who are pure online, who wants to have things over internet. So I'm focusing on those areas. So everybody's have their own problem statement to solve it. And I believe, people are solving their problem state as per their business strategy.
Right. Interesting. Okay. Now, Naseem, the MSME sector plays an important role in India. How can they protect themselves from cyber threats? Because they are not very cyber oriented, right? The security aspect is pretty low. How can they protect themselves?
I would say, security aspect is very low in terms of all Indians, including, I would say all this, including me or anybody in third world countries, we are little low in terms of security. The reason is very clear. We still don't have, that much of money to have food.
Yeah.
If basic requirement is not, sorted, security become a luxury. That's the fact. But for I would say for companies, MSAs, now they also understand that without cyber security, without information security, they will not be able to sustain. Let's say you might have a great product, you might have a great strategy to implement, and before you implement, if somebody else come, and they implement your strategy, or they copy your strategy, how will you protect those things? How will you, let's say in insurance domain, let's say I got to know, company X, they have 100 renewal insurance policies which can be expired in the next 2 months, and I get the data.
True.
So they will not get the renewal customer. So they have to have security. Security become a, I would say, I mostly, I would always say these things. Nowadays, security become a feature of your product, feature of your service. If you don't have security, your product is vulnerable. You will not able to sustain with this product. You will not able to scale up your business without security.
Absolutely.
So even in MNC, even is any small business, I would say security is there, and they are also working on it. I believe even in this recent Ukraine and Russia war also shown that how important cyber security today is.
Absolutely. Now, Naseem, on the contrary, cybersecurity technology is evolving, right? But so are the attackers. They're also keeping pace with everything. How do you think, organizations can do, or what can they do to stay ahead of them?
Well, it's a game of Tom and Jerry, I would say.
I agree. Yeah.
Today they have developed something, we have developed something to protect it. Tomorrow they will, develop something again. We have to develop something. It's a game, and I believe it should continue so that people like we get some money to live our life.
True. Absolutely. Well, thank you so much, Naseem, for saying that. Now, another important aspect in this domain is cyber insurance is still at a very nascent stage in India. How do you think it will grow in the coming years?
It will grow. Like if you see after this COVID, the health insurance is penetrated in India like anything, right?
Right.
So people they still don't know how this information can be misused. I would say, I think 5 years ago or more than that, there was a incident in US about their election.
Yes.
Election manipulation kind of allegation happened, right? So people know how this thing can be. That day by day, if you see, just before 2 years ago or 3 years ago, your online activity and today's your online activity is changing, right? So once your lifestyle will change, I would say before 10 years ago might be cyber insurance is a luxury thing to have. Within next 5 years, I can say it's going to be one of the mandate thing, or I would say one of the necessity for everybody to take a cyber insurance, because today we don't want to go a bank for any of our work. We want to do everything online or app based, something like that, right?
True.
So it's becoming necessary in some days, but it will take some time. I can say within next 5 to 10 years it's going to happen for sure.
It's going to go big.
And if you see little data from World Bank, I think they are projecting that by 2020 or 2028 to 30, they are planning only this cyber insurance business will be more than $1 trillion business for world economy.
Wow, that's a solid future for the insurance companies out there. True, interesting. Now, Naseem, you've seen all sides of the business, right? Implementing large-scale networks and all of those things. What do you think are the key components to be looked and stressed upon when an organization is considering security solutions for their businesses?
I would say, please consider your business requirement first. Okay. What I have seen being a consultant in a couple of cases, people, there are few companies who have a lot of, budget, who really want to do a lot of things. And, the problem was that, cybersecurity is a puzzle, right? You have to fill the gaps. Right. It's not like that, repeatedly you are filling, taking controls. It's about the feeling, the risk management. You have to understand the risk of the organization and then, choose the right tool. I would say there is no tool, the best tool. I would say, if you say, okay, what is the best tool of access management? I would say there is no best tool. Right. It will be best fitment of your organization. Might be, tool X will be the best fit company A. For company B might be some other tool. So we should look for the best fitment. Best requirement should be very much clear. Right. Use cases should be very much clear. Don't go by name. Don't go by that, in this industry they are doing this thing, so we have to take this thing.
Right.
So be specific about your own requirement.
Very well said. What do you think will be the top cybersecurity challenges in the next 3 to 5 year range?
Well, I feel the basic is that people are still not very serious about their own security.
Right.
I'm giving example, right? If I tell you, hey, if you sign up this website, I will give you $5. Believe me, you are ready to share your location, address, email ID, phone number. They don't care about their own coordinates. They don't know how what they can do with these coordinates. I think there was something I was reading about. There was some online chat, some online video chat, social engineering. Some website was there. I forget the name actually. What happening there was, people are, you can talk to anybody in the world, and you can just see hi, hello, and all these things. There are few people who are just telling your name, who are ready to, who are able to tell you, let's say there is a stranger telling you, hey, Roshan, how are you? Do you stay in this place? How do you feel about it, right? You don't know they don't know you, and they're telling about your details, right?
Right.
So how it's possible? It's possible because of two things. They hacked your browser. They can see your name. They can see your location. They can see from where exactly you are talking about, right? So people are thinking, hey, they are doing something magics or something like that. People are still, people are enjoying this thing that somebody can tell me this kind of details, but they don't see what is the bad effect, or I would say what can be done with this information.
Right. Interesting.
Again, people need to care about their own security. People need to be little cautious. Like I would say today, a lot of people told this thing that data is the new fuel. So data being money, I would say, not even fuel. So I would say share it when only required. If don't require, please don't share.
So what you're saying is that being preventive would be the best course of action, right?
Yeah. Because you really don't know anybody, and you are sharing a lot of your unnecessary information.
True. Well, thank you so much, Naseem, for sharing about the cybersecurity industry with us. It's been really insightful having this conversation with you on this.